Gypsy Rose and DeeDee Blanchard, Munchausen by proxy, Malingering by proxy, or Eliciting. So I've started doing research for part 4 of my deep dive, looking into these 3 terms and seeing where Gypsy and DeeDee fit. And what I found out stunned me and made me a bit speechless. Now, we all know about the Munchausen and Malingering thing, so I'm not going to go over that too much, but those would apply to DeeDee, and within the Munchausen criteria, there must be no obvious external benefit or reward, which obviously we know it was. So it looks to be more malingering, which is where you feign or exaggerate someone's illness, someone else's illness in your care to get financial benefit, legal benefit. They got the Habitat for the Humanity house, met celebrities, went to Disney World, the list goes on. We all know that part of the story, and we're all pretty set on the fact that DeeDee didn't have Munchausen's, she malingered. There's a spanner thrown in the works because of that video that Gypsy sent to Nicholas Godejohn. However, she didn't have a seizure and she wasn't in the wheelchair by 6 years old. And personally, we can't take Gypsy's word for anything. I think there was possibly some truth in there. Some way she was deceiving her mother. But I do still think DeeDee did malinger. There's a picture knocking about with Gypsy in a neck brace online. Anyway, the bit I really wanted to talk about is care eliciting, and this would solely look at Gypsy Rose. And I for a long time have suspected she care elicits, and care eliciting to some extent is a normal instinctual behaviour. It's how we signal to people that we need help. However, it can become a problem, and some people use care eliciting as the main way they build connection with people. And this can be due to inconsistent caregiving. They kind of learn that the only way to get the care is for extreme distress. However, I thought just to be thorough, as there are claims that Gypsy fits narcissistic and antisocial personality disorder, and in my opinion, although she's not diagnosed, I think an argument can definitely be made for these too. So I decided to look up how narcissists and those with antisocial personality disorder would use care eliciting. And let me just redo the list, because this is what shocked me. So I'm just going to be reading it off to the side. But someone with narcissistic personality disorder or narcissistic traits might express exaggerated distress when they feel ignored, become suddenly fragile when confronted, use illness or emotional collapse to pull attention back to themselves, portray themselves as misunderstood, mistreated, or victimised to gain sympathy. Someone with antisocial personality traits may pretend to be injured or distressed to avoid consequence. Anyone remember the interrogation where she said, "I can't go to prison, I have medical issues"? Act helpless to manipulate someone into doing something for them. Using emotional displays to gain trust or sympathy. Feigning remorse or sadness to influence legal or interpersonal outcomes. Literally speechless to how that list fits her with a T, especially the antisocial one. Like, so many times come to mind, and I would love for you all to comment down below if you've got this far in the video. What came to your mind? What examples can you give me of Gypsy Rose Blanchard doing things on that list, whether it was before the crime or after the crime? Because I've recorded my full-length video and I'm looking to edit it, so I'm going to gather some clips that I thought of. But yeah, just give me your clips. Give me examples, because so many come to my mind, it's just shocking. So from that I drew that there are times before the crime that she was doing this, and she's still doing it to this day, so it's a real behaviour pattern that she care elicits from people. She also care elicited from her mother, there is also examples of that. And her pattern fits someone who is doing it for self-benefit. Those with narcissistic and antisocial personality disorder, in my opinion. This has all been my opinion, but I just wanted to share that with you. And yeah, I'm hoping to get the full-length video out in between Christmas and New Year, but if it's later, I do apologise.